Well, everyone, it's my absolute joy and pleasure to welcome Ron, the Boss Everline, to the Storybox today. Ron is a personal motivator and fitness trainer. He has been able to amass a massive audience, over 1 million followers on social media. He has a just trained philosophy, and he loves to inspire people with his methods. And if you've seen any of his content, you know that he's hilarious. You know that he brings the fun and the joy to working out. You tried going to the NFL and receiving little to no attention from teams. You launched your approach to teaching health and well-being. Many of you would actually know you from a lot of Kevin Hart's Instagram stories and Snapchats and his hilarious take on that. It's quite funny. Love how you brutalize it, but you've done so many other amazing things in the space. Boss, it's welcome so much to Storybox Podcast.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me on. Just to start off right away, my football career, I got some attention. I got some attention. It wasn't little to no. I made a different career path after realizing that things weren't working in my favor. But yeah, got a little bit of attention.
So talk to me about that. Talk to me about the football career and why you wanted to actually be a football player.
Well, I mean, just growing up, right? I mean, and that's all I was. That's all I ever knew was, football kept me straight. Football was my, it's in our DNA. My family members have a bunch of family that plays in the NFL. And so, growing up, being in high school, it was a cool thing to do. And then it became a passion. I fell in love with it. It's what I thought my purpose was. To find out that it was purpose. It just wasn't my final purpose. And so football was a great chapter of my life and forever will be.
I love that, man. I normally ask all my guests at the start, before I sort of start unboxing their story, this one particular question, which is, what does success look like to you?
Success is completion, accountability, so many different things, consistency, to yourself, right? And then to others, right? When you say something, be accountable. When you want to do something and you're working on something, be consistent. A lot of people try to deem success financial, but money will come and go, right? We'll go through that. And obviously that's the scale. We need money to understand how we're going to scale, but that can't be the determining factor in what makes you happy. What makes you happy has to be, for me, the tangibles like accountability, consistency, which all goes in the follow through, and just purpose, making sure that success is helping other people. That's my ultimate thing, is I just want to help more people. And so those three things to me, accountability, consistency, and living on purpose, and helping people, is success.
I have a philosophy in my life, which is be persistent to remain consistent are the things that you want. And I think you mentioned the consistency aspect, which is quite fascinating to me, at least, as well. And the completion of that, which is another interesting take on it too. I'm curious, where did you come up with your version of success? Was it this gradual thing over time that you started realizing it, or was there more of a catalyst moment somewhere in your life?
You know what? I think the way that I started to deem success was, again, follow through. It all goes back to, it was never chasing the money. It's never been chasing I'm not a celebrity trainer. Kevin Hart is not before my name, right? Neo is not before my name. Diddy, the clients I train in the Middle East, the people that I've touched, the companies I work for aren't before Ron Everline. Ron Everline works with this person. You know what I mean? And so that's what it was. I have to be consistent in what I wanted to do and build those values. And then those people will see the value and I'll be able to build within that. That's the most important thing, is that for me, along this journey, it was always about building the character of who I wanted to be. And it goes back to the question you asked: accountability, consistency, and living on purpose. And then those things and those people that obviously in the trajectory in which you see, where we work with Chase Bank, and I work with Kev, I work with Diddy, I work with Neo, I work with all these different individuals. That's because I'm living on purpose. And so I'm in my world. And so that's, you know what I mean? I don't give I value and I'm thankful for the people, but those aren't the value. The value is the work. You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying 100%. And so for a young person sort of trying to find their own purpose at the moment, I love this conversation about purpose and what that really means to a person and really how to find it. So for a young person struggling with their own purpose right now, what sort of advice would you give them?
For a young person, I think, it's tough being young right now, or, it's a tough time. I think when you got to find things that ultimately make you happy, and ultimately your purpose will show itself when you're living in through passion. I think right now, enjoy life, give yourself an opportunity to mess up and go forward. And then through that, you will understand that you will start to see your purpose, and you'll find the things that make you happy. If it's serving people, if it's the computer, whatever it is, you want to live in that purpose because you want to be happy. Because when you're happy, you do so much better for so many people, whether you're servicing them or not. You're just a better person when you're living on purpose. You know what I'm saying? And so to all the young people, I think that are trying to find their purpose, be conscious about knowing that life has purpose and it will come to you. You know what I'm saying? So just the idea of purpose is so special in itself, because so many people live their life not even understanding or trying to live in some type of purpose, if that makes any sense. And so for me, I just would tell people to know that life is on purpose, and you'll find it if you continue on the path and the journey.
So going to your path and your journey, we mentioned earlier that you wanted to go into a football career. And so what sort of was the transition for you? Like, why did you decide to go into this health and wellness and fitness scene?
You know what? To be perfectly honest, as I've said it before, it kind of chose me. I was training people, doing football workouts, and I opened a gym. I knew at the moment, I thought I was going to go back and play football, and I kind of started to connect with people. Didn't realize, like, oh man, I kind of like interacting with people and motivating them, and it became something that I just kind of fell in love with. And then I started to I had this business acumen where I wanted to be an entrepreneur. And once I realized football wasn't going to work, I knew I wasn't going to go work a 9 to 5. That just wasn't for me. I started to find ways in my mindset that I could really create the life that I wanted. And I started to try to find my purpose. And so through the struggle, through sleeping in my car, through sleeping in the gym, and through all the things that it revealed itself. Purpose revealed itself by just going through it and saying, you know what, I'm going to take the risk. I'm going to take the chance. And so, that's, I don't know if I answered the question, but, that's just kind of, me.
What was the most challenging aspect, do you think, actually starting your own business and then trying to get clients and all that sort of stuff? What was the challenging thing?
Patience. The most challenging thing was patience, man. You have to be patient. I had to be patient in understanding how to run a business. I had to be patient in clients learning to trust me. Nothing, some people see me today and may think, oh man, you got it good. You got Kevin. Kevin has never given me a loan. No one has ever given me a loan. I work my ass off. I still have clients. I still have trainers that are working all around the world. I'm not codependent on one single person. And so patience, but I had to understand that I had to build a business. The business had to sustain and build not only for myself, but for other people, because when I wanted to service more people, I knew that I needed to have other people to help me service people and share my knowledge so they can go touch as many more people as we possibly can. And so, patience, man, patience. Allow yourself to grow, allow yourself to be in the business and in the shortcomings, that's going to happen. Be hard on yourself, but give yourself a break at the same time. I remember sending international wire and didn't have a SWIFT code on there. And I'm wondering, where's the money? But no one ever taught me in banking about a SWIFT code. You know what I'm saying? So you got to go through the experience. So you have to be patient. So now 10 years later, I want to teach people that if they're doing international business, make sure you get a SWIFT code. Here's how you invoice. Like, I didn't know how to invoice. I didn't know how to do certain things. And I didn't have the money to hire people. So what I would tell people is just understand that it's patience. It's going to take time. And you'll know when you're living in purpose, because those things will start to reveal themselves.
And you have like this amazing sense of peace about it too. Like
huh?
You just know it's right for you. And
I knew it was right for me. For me, it was. I've known this was right for me. Again, it goes back to purpose, right? It's like I'm never chasing anyone else's. Growing up, being honest, like my cousin's football career, I got a long list of family members that played in the NFL, got drafted, and I thought that was my dream. I mean, I thought that was going to be my life, but I'm so thankful that that didn't happen, because without football, I couldn't have been able to touch all the people that I've been able to touch and go to countries I've been able to go to and be able to speak to people. So football was not for me. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm thankful because I've been able to live my dream to its fullest potential because I got out of my own way. You feel what I'm saying? I had to get the fuck out of my own way and go, you know what? Even though you want to be the macho man, I remember wanting to be swole. And I'm like walking in letting everybody know that I lifted every weight in the room. And it's like, that doesn't represent the fitness that I wanted to represent. That didn't represent, I want to represent something so authentic. And so I have to get away from the old stereotype of myself that I saw. Even myself, we have to have self-talk. You got to get out of your own damn head and stop talking to yourself about your old you and step into, there's this thing I say, you have to sacrifice who you are for who you can become. That was something I used to always tell myself, sacrifice who you are for who you can become. Because the who I was, that's corny, that's whack, I don't do that. I ain't hanging with them. And then before you know it, I needed to hang with people that were smarter than me. I needed to do shit and be around people that were better than me and understand, because then me, the old me was like, the football boss was like, oh man, I'm too cool for that shit. Well, no, if you really want to take your life to the next level and do things, you got to stop maybe going to the club. You got to maybe not have to drink to get up at 4 a.m. and get to reach this goal. And so it's a big responsibility when you're taking that next step and trying to figure out who you're going to be and how you're going to become, so you can be living in your purpose, on your purpose. You know what I'm saying?
I completely understand what you're saying there, man. Like, even for what I do right now, I try and help people through stories like yours. And I feel completely content and satisfied with what I'm doing, even though it is hard work. And that's like, even though you are living in purpose, it doesn't mean that it's going to be, quote, easy. Like,
this shit ain't easy, but I love it. But the easy part is knowing that it is what I want to do. You feel what I'm saying? That's why it's easy. I don't want to be in Canada right now on a movie. I got a newborn baby, but I know this is what I signed up to do. I don't want to be here, but it's not about what I want to do. It's about what I signed up to do to service. And the purpose of how I've gotten to where I'm at. So now that I can share this story, so your listeners and my listeners can be able to go, damn, okay, that's a trigger for me. I need to understand that, because all we're trying to do is motivate the next motivator so they can motivate their next people and take it on. So when people ask me all the time to jump off, like, I literally believe in helping someone, even if that means they may become better than me. You feel what I'm saying? So if you're a better trainer, if you're a better businessman, if you're a better motivator, I don't care, because at the end of the day, we're all supposed to be doing is servicing. You feel what I'm saying? So
I love that, man. It's powerful stuff. And I'm curious about, you mentioned earlier, like, you needed to build trust with your clients and over time, like, what are some things that you do in order to actually build that trust with someone?
So, you know what, man? It goes right back to those key words, right? I'll leave you with a nugget, and you can highlight this. You guys may like this. I said, trust is more of a compliment than love, right? And remember, trust is more of a compliment than love. My wife loves me, but she can't trust me. You feel what I'm saying? Your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your whatever. If they can't trust you, they can love you all day, but if they can't trust you. So what I started to do is, I was honest. You know what I mean? So I was on time. It goes back to the key things that we started with: accountability and consistency. I had to build trust with my clients, and it came back to being accountable. If I said I was going to be somewhere, I needed to be there on time, and I needed to be consistent in what I said. I needed, if the workouts were going to change and things were going to be different, and I needed to be my energy needed to be consistent, because sometimes people aren't showing up just for a workout. You're a therapist, right? Trainers are, you. So my number one thing was that I needed to be consistent in my personality. I needed to be consistent and accountable, that people can count on me and lean on me and drop things on me. And then that was how you build trust in the business. And that's when people started to go, I can trust him. I can count on him. And it's in my DNA. You know, you build on it so much, it becomes who you are. And that's only who I've always been. You know, I've had people say, you're too motivated. Nobody want to hear that positive shit all the time. And I'm just like, well, maybe I questioned it before. I questioned, am I too motivated? Man, maybe I am too positive all the time. But I was like, this is the shit that got me out of the mindset of failure. Fuck what they got to say. You know what I mean? I'm going to push forward.
I love how you mentioned being on time. And there's like an old saying that I heard just recently, actually, which is on time is late. Yeah. So be early. Yeah. One thing that I notice all the time is that you were actually early and we started the conversation early. So I appreciate that, man. Like it means a lot because I'm always early too. So
yeah, man.
It shows the alignment there and it was meant to happen. So
and when things happen, right, just so your listeners understand, it's like when the number one thing that I learned, let's say my car didn't work at the time, and but the thing I needed to do was communicate. Hey guys, things are not going well right now. I'm having car issues. I'm doing everything I can to get there. When you communicate, there's things are going to come up. It eliminates people going, okay, well, we know that's not his character. You see what I'm saying? He's not the type of person that's going to leave us dry. And so people were able to count on me. You know what I mean? And but when you're early, when you're always thinking if you got a 5 o'clock and you're trying to get there at 4:45 rather than getting there at 5 o'clock, well, that means you're leaving 15 minutes early. So if anything comes up, you have more time to fix things when you're ahead of time. You feel what I'm saying? If something happens.
I get you, man. 100%. You have trained some of the most notable names, I guess, in the entertainment industry and in the world. Is there, like, what's your process like with finding a new client and sitting down with them and their needs? Is it all the same or is it different?
It's all the same. I approach each human being the same way, no matter who you are, no matter the stature of who you are. Now, the process where it's Russell Westbrook or Kevin Hart, you're talking elite athlete programming and all those different things are completely different, right? Matt Barnes, depending on what he's trying to do. Are you trying to get fit or you trying to get ready to train? Kevin, I train like an athlete anyway. Diddy willing to train like an athlete. Neo, you know, it was the grind. It was the hustle. I have to approach them. They are just my clients. They are not the individuals that the world see. I can't buy into that shit. I don't care because it does not make you better than me because you are here, because I'm operating at my highest fucking value and my highest potential. So we're here. So when I'm coming to beat you here, you came into my world of grind. You see what I'm saying? And so you're coming into me as a client. I respect all your accolades, but that doesn't change shit in how I approach and how I connect with you. And I listen to you. I understand what makes you tick, but I do that with everybody. I do that whether it's the mom that works down the street, it's the dad, or I do it with the Kevin. It's the connection. I'm fortunate enough to have these people that the world look up to, but at the end of the day, they're my clients. They walk into what I have to, they're coming to me for my services. So people misunderstand this shit. You know what I mean? If they want to go to somebody else, go to somebody else. But when you come into this world, I'm the boss. You're coming to me for leadership. I can't worry about what you got to say when I'm the expert in the field. You know what I mean? I got to be confident in the way I'm moving, not arrogant, confident in the way that I'm moving because I've done the work. You know, it's taken me 12 to 13 years to become an overnight success where people want to hear my perspective. It's a lot of failure here. It's a lot of success. It's a lot of ups and downs. It's a lot of crying nights, you know, so, but if I gave it, you know, there's these people, like I look on people, you know, I get DMs from people all the time and I don't mean any disrespect to people, but it's like, they say, how do I become a celebrity trainer? I won't reply. That's not what you desire to do. Like the celebrity trainer is not a title. That shit is not a title, celebrity trainer. What does that mean, right? You're giving more value to the individual than the craft. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. The craft is the craft. I am the trainer. I train anybody. The celebrity, I get it. It's headline news. It's tangibles. Oh, he trains Kevin. I get it. I get it. Use that. Oh, he trains. I understand the marketing strategy, but that ain't the damn brand. That ain't the business. The business is making people better and yielding the result. So to me, I'm a wellness professional now transferring to a fitness entrepreneur, a wellness entrepreneur that's been able to see some success. But I'm not driven by a celebrity. I could give two fucks about that, because at the end of the day, whether it was him or not, I got to go train people every day.
You continue to show up. Right.
You got to continue to show up, whether it's Kevin Hart or Kevin Bubblegum Blues. It don't fucking matter.
Do you ever feel the pressure though with training like big name celebrities? Do you ever feel?
No, I don't care. I know I've done the work. I don't feel the. Sorry, I'll say your question for you. Do you feel the pressure of training big name people? No. I know I've put in the work. These people, just like they go to work and prepare for their job. Listen. I will tell you, I'm not being arrogant. I'm saying that I'm prepared, my preparedness. And so, yeah, the bubbles, but when you know, I know how to do my job. I can't say, it's an oxymoron to me to go, am I nervous when I just said that it doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, this is what I signed up to do, no matter if you're Russell Westbrook or you're Russell that works down at, Best Buy that's paying me the same amount of money.
I'm curious, what has been you've trained a lot of people from a lot of different professions. Is there a standout lesson that you learned from one of them that's sort of like given to you straight in the face?
One of the lessons, that's a good question. Say that again.
So has there been a lesson or a standout lesson from one of your clients over the years? It could be from anybody. It doesn't have to be a celebrity or an athlete. It could be just Joe Blow down the street that has sort of hit you in the face and has changed your perspective on life.
That's tough. Right off the top of my head, I value all my clients. Man, I started training teachers. You feel what I'm saying? Just to give people perspective, I've trained thousands of teachers. I created a program to keep teacher get fit. So they taught me so much. You know what I'm saying? My athletes and entertainers teach me so much. I'm a vessel of learning. You know what I'm saying? I want to learn. So at the particular moment, nothing stands out, but I'm sure there's something there. But at this moment that you asked that, no, I'm in love with my son, and my mind is consumed about I just had a newborn baby. So I'm not worried about, again, I'm not so caught up in my clients. You know what I'm saying? Whereas I want to service more people. I want to give more of this. It's just like you hit me up, your boy hit me up. I tell people I'm going to do it. I don't care. I didn't ask you how many listeners you got. I don't care. If I can share as much information with people, this is what matters. You feel what I'm saying? This is the shit that matters, because what I'm trying to do is take that guy, that girl, or that mom, or that dad sitting and trying to figure it out to say, yep, I can do it. I listen to Boss. I can fucking do it, and I don't have to worry about this. This is why I did this podcast. You're all the way in Australia. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I wish everyone had the similar mindset of like not asking how many followers, how many listeners have you got? Because it is tough, man. Like actually getting people to come on your show and share the story, actually having people believe in you. So I'm even more appreciative of you, Boss, when you're super busy. Like, guys, this is someone that runs a massive business, and yet he's given his time to speak to me all the way from Sydney, Australia. Like that is meaningful. And I hope I'm doing justice to your time today, man. Like
very, very well. I'm happy to speak to you.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Well, when you're servicing the people with information, so you're doing your job. We're just vessels to share.
I love that. Exactly right. I'm curious, bro, like what has been over the years, like what has been the worst piece of advice you've ever received?
I don't think there's a worse piece of advice that I've ever received. That's tough, man, because I've learned to take in the good and spit out the bad. And if it doesn't fit for me, it just doesn't fit for me. Everybody gives me advice. Listen, I just had a new baby. all my friends have kids and everybody's giving me advice, well, I'm going to do with my son and how are you going to do this and how are you going to do that? None of them were wrong, right? They're all just giving me their perspective. So I had to learn that I'm going to listen because something's going to come true. Whether I want to believe it or not, no, I'm not going to do that. I don't know the future. I do know what I'm going to do and control, so I'm listening to everyone. When I first started my business, I listened to so many different people, but I had the oomph enough to go, it's just like nutrition, for example, right? If I'm a faster, I fast, right? And all of a sudden I go listen and I'm sitting in a room for the keto people. I don't change and go to keto, or I'm listening to paleo. You got to stick to what works, but I'm going to listen to, okay, that keto stuff is really working. I got a room full of successful people here that did keto, right? Or I got a room full of people here that did paleo. I got a room for whatever. There's success in it all. It's just, you know what I'm saying? So I've just learned that the negative piece of advice or the worst piece of advice is always can be some of the best later on down the line, right? And so you just got to stay tuned in with that shit.
There it is.
Yeah.
I was waiting for it. I knew it was coming. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah.
This is a question that I love asking people, only recently actually, which is, what is the weirdest food combination you've ever tried?
Weirdest food combination? You got me. My brain don't work as fast like that anymore. The weirdest food combination. Interesting. Huh. I'm so damn basic right now. Damn. What is the weirdest food combination?
Do you have a favorite food?
My favorite food was really a snack, but Oreos are my favorite. I'm not eating Oreos right now. I'm kind of like super focused, but damn, I can't think of anything off the top of my head, man. Damn, I made some mistakes. Listen, I love sauces and shit. And so there's times where I put the wrong sauce on my spaghetti or fucked up some tacos because I thought, I love this sauce on my teriyaki bowl, and then I go put it on my tacos and I ruin the whole damn meal, or, things like that. Nah, man, I don't really have, I'm sorry, boring. I got a lot of interesting stories, but that one,
it's all right.
I don't have. Yeah, man, I don't have that one. So if it comes to me.
Yeah, we might have to come back to it. But yeah. Can I make a suggestion? You give this one a try. I recently figured this out the other day, but I don't know if you have this brand in America, but it's YoPro yogurt. It's like the fitness equivalent to healthy yogurt. Okay. I always get the vanilla one, and I always mix it with peanut butter. But yeah, I know it's weird, right? So It works. It works. Trust me.
Okay.
And then the other day, I couldn't be bothered to finish my mouthful of lollies. So I couldn't wait, right? I took a spoonful of the peanut butter with the yogurt and I put it in my mouth. And for some reason, man, the flavor, you had 3 different flavors going on. You had the lollies, which is sweet. You had the yogurt, which is sort of like a sweetish, savory. And then you had the peanut butter, which is definitely savory and salty. So this new flavor, man, I swear people have got to, if they're listening to this, they got to implement it somewhere in their brain. But
that's pretty interesting, man.
Yeah, I think try it and let me know what you think of it. But
I will, because I like a granola parfait. I enjoy peanut butter and apple, or peanut butter and banana. And what's a lollipop?
Oh, candy.
Oh, lollipop.
No, what's a good? Do you know?
Like hard candy. It's a hard piece of candy with gum in the middle.
Soft candy.
Oh.
Do you have those packet of candies, like just soft?
Like Starburst?
Yeah, like Starburst. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Those ones. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I was like, lollies. Yeah.
Like, what's a lolly?
I was thinking lollipop, you know.
Yeah.
We have lollipops here, but yeah.
Just wanted to share that. So my second last question for you, boss, like you've been very grateful for your time. This is like my all-time favorite question that I love asking at the end. You've been able to reach the age of 100 and your friends have decided to put together a film for you of everything you've ever said and everything you've ever done. Then ask me how in the world they got it. Let's call it magic. And they're all there in the room. They've put the DVD in and they've played it. What do you want that film to say and to show about your life?
Honest, loyal, and a man of integrity. I want to be a man of integrity. I want to be a man of purpose, and you know, somebody that cared about their friends, someone that gave more than he asked for, and that's it, man. I mean, I could go on a list. I want to be a good father. I want to be a good husband. I want to be a good brother. You know, I want all those things to encompass. I want to be a good uncle. I want to be someone that my family, you know, is proud of, you know, and that is something to be exciting, you know, to celebrate at 100. If you should, you know, celebrate the goodness of you helping people and being just there for people. That's what I would love to see, man. I want to be a man of integrity. If one word would encompass family, friends, you know, my kid, my wife is integrity. I want to be a man of integrity and purpose, and I want to be driven. I want to be a man that has driven other people to go for their goals.
I love that, man. Hopefully I get to see that film one day.
Yeah, man, that'll be awesome, bro.
My last question for you, dude, is what are 3 things that you're grateful for right now?
3 things that I'm grateful for right now is my son, my health, my wife, obviously. I'm thankful for her. But and I know you said 3, but I know this isn't a spiritual thing, but I'm thankful for God. I'm thankful for the opportunities that I've been blessed with. So encompassing all of that, when it comes down to the one ultimate thing for me, it's God. And so that's what it is, man. I'm so thankful that I'm a new father, new husband, and thankful for everything that is. I'm just so grateful. My life is gratitude, but it all comes from God, man. So, you know, whatever people believe what you believe. But for me, those are the things I'm most thankful for. And those are the things that wake me up in the morning and keep me motivated to live on purpose for the rest of everybody else.
Amen, brother. I'm a huge believer in that myself. Don't worry.
Yeah, man. Awesome, bro. Awesome.
Brother, thank you so much for your time today. Where can people find you and connect with you?
Yeah, man. Thank you. So my Instagram, I don't do this for that, but I will say, if you want more information from me or follow my workouts or anything, is Just Train. Just Train on Twitter, Just Train on Instagram. That's it. You can come find more information there. You want to ask me questions if I can help you in any way. I'm starting a business program soon, an entrepreneur program soon. So if you're a young entrepreneur, come stay tuned. I want to share some of my best business practices, marketing tools. So I'm here for you, man.
Can't wait, brother. Thank you so much for your time, dude. Your story, everything that you're doing. Thank you for coming on the Storybox podcast.
No, man. Thank you for having me on, man. I'm truly looking forward to you. Congratulations to you on almost 1 year being gone, man. I think your buddy, the other guy, ended up hitting me up today that you mentioned in the beginning of the podcast and thanked me. And, you know, he said that he got a lot of great feedback. I would love to hear from you and for you to tell me how things are going. Tell me what people are saying. If you guys have any questions, man, shoot them to him. And that'll be a great way for us to follow up, or maybe he can answer them on Instagram or whatever. But let's open up the well of information so people can grow and not feel like they're in bondage. And so that's what it is, man. Thank you so much for having me on. Congratulations to you for persevering when it was hard. I know podcasts are hard. Everybody's doing it, but don't stop. You've obviously reached a level of success. So my thing to you is set those goals and set them again, and then set them again. And every time you keep reaching higher. But never forget how you got here. And it's always God. God is the ultimate reason we're going to service more people.
Amen. Don't want this conversation to end. Thank you.
All right, bro. Thank you, man.